One thing that I really appreciate about Mr. Wilkins is the fact that he's thoughtful and willing to work with students in helping them make choices so that they can become excellent musicians, but still become great at their other activities.
I want to work with people, and I want to develop people who are really well-rounded so that when they go out in the real world, they've had exposure to many things and they could be successful in whatever venture that they go after. Our school in particular prepares our kids really well because you're able to do anything you want.
The thing I respect most about Wilkins is that he deals with a lot of different people and he deals with them very calmly and he's very kind to everyone.
He's easy to talk to, and that's what I enjoy about Mr. Wilkins.
When he gives you a compliment, you know that it's real. He doesn't just hand out compliments all the time, so when he does give you a compliment, you know that it's from the heart.
What I respect about my students is basically everything. I respect how they deal with one another and how they hold themselves to high standards. And I really respect their character and integrity.
The first thing that comes to mind when I think of Mr. Wilkins is the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Iowa Hawkeye football. He loves the Hawks, and I don't know why. I'm a big-time Cyclone fan, so butt heads every now and then. But yeah, Hawkeye football. He loves it.
When I think about Wilkins, I think about how he's changed me personally. I've definitely come out of my shell because of Mr. Wilkins.
First thing that comes to mind when I think of Wilkins is fishing. He loves fishing. He always goes fishing.
The first thing that comes to mind with Mr. Wilkins is during the Little Mermaid, when we were auditioning for Chef Louis, and I just started singing and he just started laughing, and I couldn't tell if that was good or bad at first, and then he said that was perfect, and it made me feel so good.
He scared the living bejeebies out of me. Like, I was so scared of him, but then I hit high school and I actually really enjoyed every second that I spent learning music with him. He's very easy to get along with.
He's accepting of literally anyone he ever meets.
Mr. Wilkins is the most fantastic teacher I've ever had. He knows what he's doing. He's just such a blast to be around.
I think the choir's biggest accomplishment since I've been here is the ability to be accepting of everybody and welcoming into the choral family.
Really the biggest thing that he preaches is integrity. He has that on his wall. He has integrity in like a bunch of big letters.
The biggest thing I enjoy about Wilkins is definitely his passion. He loves what he does, and you can see it on his face every day and the way he talks with you and the way he interacts with other students.
He's so good at what he does. He's really good at the technical things in choir, but you can also tell he loves choir so much and he loves teaching, and so it just makes it that much more fun because he loves it.
All the curricular choirs have received Division I's every year at contests. It's a huge thing. I think we're almost to 40 years in a row now with Mount Vernon choirs getting Division I's.
In the middle of 6th grade, I moved to Mount Vernon, and immediately I could just see like the difference. It's how much he cares about everybody in the choir. Because I didn't get that at a bigger school. He knows how to keep things fun and upbeat, but he also knows how to stay professional at the same time.
Wilkins has taught me there's no set path you're supposed to take. There's a lot of options.
You can do anything you put your mind to. You just got to step outside of your comfort zone and just believe in yourself.
There's no turning back, and that's one of the big things this year he's taught me.
It was my senior year after Les Mis. I was just so distraught because I didn't want it to be over, and he just told me to do it again somewhere else. Always have music in your life.
Wilkins impacted my life in a lot of different ways, I'd say. He's one of those teachers who kind of becomes a dad after 4 years of knowing him. You just get really connected to him.
He's been there for me when I've like hit my rocks, and I was just in his room and I was crying. It was hard, but he was there and he was there to listen. I remember looking over at him and him being like, "That was it. Like, you did it." And just kind of from that point on, I've stuck with him through all my music stuff. So I'm kind of not looking forward to graduating and going on to different musical things, just because he's always been my number one.
The one thing I miss about choir with Mr. Wilkins is he was always on top of things. He was one of those teachers where you could throw something at him last minute and he knew how to handle it and make the most of it.
What I miss about doing choir with Wilkins, everything. That's it. I think I like choir better here than I do up at Luther. He's with me every day, every step of the way, even though he doesn't know it. So he's someone that I'll probably never forget.
He's just changed me for the rest of my life. So, yeah. There's not much I can say other than thank you. If I didn't have him, I don't know what I'd be doing today, choir-wise.
I just want future choirs at Mount Vernon to feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves or where they're at in this current time. I want them to understand that Mount Vernon Choir is something that is from past to present to future, and everybody, once you're a part of it, you're always part of the Mount Vernon Choir family, and choir really is for everybody.
Try choir, try musical, just try to do whatever you can. It's a lot of fun and you meet a lot of new people.
I think everyone needs to be in choir whether you can sing or not.
Wilkins, you're the best.